Hi Aquarius, this is your May monthly tarot reading. I do 5 separate spreads in my monthly reading. So I have a spread on new love, a separate spread on love in an existing relationship or marriage. I'll do an X spread. We'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And we'll get you an advice for the whole month of May. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love in May. We have the King of Swords, we have the Tower clarified by the Ace of Swords, we have the Page of Pentacles clarified by the Nine of Cups. In the potential outcome, we have the Chariot with the Ace of Cups and the Empress, and we also have the Fool on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fellow air sign, Gemini, Libra, or another Aquarius. You could also be dealing with a Cancer or pretty much any zodiac sign. This is a general reading. Not only is it a general reading, it's a very shocking reading. So this person is going to come in and they're going to rock your world. That's what it kind of feels like. It's going to be unexpected, but at the same time, going forward, you'll know what to expect from this particular individual, if that makes sense. So the King of Swords, the first card that came out, it could be you, Aquarius, who is pursuing somebody. By the way, this spread right here looks a lot like the Cancer reading, and the Chariot, the first card that came out in the potential outcome, is the personal Cancer card. So you could be dealing with a Cancer, so check that reading out if you want. But I'll interpret this spread from your perspective. So I'll just have to assume the King of Swords is the person coming towards you. Could be a fellow air sign, Gemini, Libra, or another Aquarius. And if they're not an air sign, it's somebody who is very straightforward, very direct. They could be harsh at times, but like I said, this person tells the truth and you'll know what to expect from them because they're always upfront, very straightforward. Right? The next card that came out is the Tower, and it's clarified by the Ace of Swords. Together with the Fool card on the bottom of the deck, I can interpret that combo, those 3 cards, in a couple of different ways. The Tower could be something that happens unexpectedly, right? You do not see this coming, and this person is just going to shock you with the truth, with what they tell you, because the Ace of Swords in this scenario, this is the Ace that comes from the King of Swords. This is them being very straightforward, very direct with you. What they tell you is the truth, and what they want is to move forward with you. They see you potentially as somebody they want to have children with, they want to marry, because we got the Empress in the potential outcome. We'll talk about that in just a second. And with the Fool card, perhaps you're going to be like, okay, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. I like what this person says, and perhaps they're not just going to be talking the talk, but also they'll be walking the walk, because they'll be doing things for you, giving you stuff. We'll talk about that in just a second also. But in scenario number 2, the Tower with the Ace of Swords and the Fool, it could play out slightly different, because you are also an air sign, right? So you are either the King or the Queen of Swords yourself, and that Ace of Swords could be what belongs to you. Right? And perhaps for some of you, if in May you already start talking to another person, not this individual, not this King of Swords, when this King of Swords shows up in your life, you'll be like, oh, you know what, this person, this King of Swords is so much better than the person I'm already talking to. And with the Tower and the Ace of Swords and the Fool, you could be cutting that other person out of your life. And the Tower in this case is what happens to that person, right? Perhaps they had really high hopes for this, but you're going to be like, you know what? No. And that person could be somebody who is wishy-washy, who doesn't know what they want. This person, on the other hand, knows exactly what they want, and they're doing it, right? So with the Ace of Swords, this is you cutting that person out, and with the Fool card, you are liberating yourself from that person and moving forward with this King of Swords instead. So those are the 2 scenarios I see here. You're definitely moving forward with this King of Swords nevertheless, right? We have the Page of Pentacles clarified by the Nine of Cups right there in the middle. The Page of Pentacles, to me personally, is the most serious page out of all 4 pages, right? I don't mean to insult the other pages, but the Page of Pentacles usually shows up if somebody means business, if somebody wants to... if somebody's thinking long-term, right? But they're coming in with the Page of Pentacles, they're testing the waters, but their intention is long-term. The Page of Pentacles is also something tangible, something you can touch, so they could be giving you something, or a whole bunch of things, right? Like jewelry in a box, right? Or a jar, or an envelope. I don't know. You can leave me a comment, let me know what's that Page of Pentacles for you. The Nine of Cups Clarifying the Page of Pentacles is a card of a wish come true, and it's a card of personal satisfaction and fulfillment. So yes, this King of Swords will definitely make you feel really, really good about what's happening here. Right? In the potential outcome, we have the Chariot with the Ace of Cups and the Empress. Like I said, the Chariot could be a Cancer you're dealing with, or the Chariot is all about victory, success. It's one of the fastest cards in the deck. You could be traveling with this person, or if or when the two of you decide to move in together, you could move in a different neighborhood or in a different city, in a different state. But overall, the Chariot is all about moving forward and not looking back, because it's the right thing to do. Right? The Ace of Cups in there, in the middle of the potential outcome, is the second ace. That's a lot, if you ask me. The Ace of Cups always talks about genuine, authentic love. Right? Then the Empress, the last card that came out, I already briefly touched on that. The Empress is often somebody who is expecting a baby. And the Empress often comes through as the future wife or the future significant other figure. That's the way this person sees you from the very beginning, and that's what they're going to be talking to you about. Right, in the beginning. That's why it could be shocking to you. And besides that, the Empress is one of the most positive cards in the deck. The Empress is abundance in its purest form, and in my spreads, the Empress usually shows up as a sign from above or a stamp of approval, so to speak, from the universe for a connection to move forward. And that's exactly what we see with the Chariot card. I like it. I like it a lot. Your life is about to change in a big, major way. And it could take a detour, or it could veer in a different direction, especially if you start talking to one person and this King of Swords shows up, and you're like, oh, no, that person is nobody. This King of Swords is the real deal. All right, so really happy for you, Aquarius. Congratulations. Aquarius, if you'd like to see the extended for this new love spread, the link is in the description box down below. In the extended, I'll do 2 or 3 more spreads, depending on how the situation unfolds. We'll take a look at what to expect between you and this person moving forward, and we'll get you an advice for this whole situation. Aquarius, if you are already married or if you're in a relationship, the spread is for you. We have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we also have the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. It kind of feels like you are paying for something. Most likely making a down payment, the initial payment on something. Something you didn't feel like buying, or something you thought it wasn't the right time to purchase. And in May, you will think that, yes, time has come. Right? We got the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. In this particular spread, here's how I see those two cards. You see how in the Four of Pentacles, the person is holding on to a pentacle. They're not sharing a pentacle. They're not paying for something. They're not giving it away. But with the Page of Pentacles, the very next card that came out, the person in the Page of Pentacles is sharing it out, right? This is like two completely opposite energies with the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles in this particular case, or that's at least how I see it. So perhaps you thought that you always wanted to buy a house, but perhaps you thought it wasn't the right time, or you wanted to buy a new car, perhaps you didn't have enough money for the down payment, or you thought it wasn't the right time, or the right card just wouldn't show up. Perhaps you're not buying a new car, you're buying a used car, and you just kept searching and you couldn't find the right car, and you wouldn't settle for the car you didn't want, or a house, or a washing machine, or what have you. Or perhaps you were hoping to find like a travel deal if you were thinking of going on vacation, but the right deal just wouldn't show up. And now you're looking through that website and you're like, yeah, here it is. 50% discount, or you finally found the right car, you finally found the right thing, whatever it is you're thinking of purchasing, because that's what it kind of feels like. You're thinking of purchasing something. So with the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck, this is you making the decision to go ahead, to move forward with the purchase, right? That's why we got the Page of Pentacles. This is the initial payment, the down payment, or a payment. And with the Wheel of Fortune right next to the deck, this is you either paying for a trip in the future, right? The Wheel of Fortune could be travel, or the Wheel of Fortune if you're buying a new house or a new car, then that's obviously a new cycle in your life starting, right? You'll now have to move, or this new car will be a lot of fun. Basically, you get the idea, right? So yeah, what I see here is the time has come for some kind of a purchase. All right, cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Aquarius, in May. Keep in mind, it could be somebody from a couple of months ago, a year ago, or a couple of years ago, so it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have, also keep in mind, by the way, that we'll have Mercury in retrograde starting on May 10th. This is when more exes than usual could resurface. So we have the Two of Wands, clarified by the Hangman. We have the Queen of Swords. We have Death, clarified by the Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords. And we also have the Devil on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or a Capricorn or pretty much any zodiac sign. To be honest with you, I don't see the two of you getting back together. As a matter of fact, you will think that this person is deliberately trying to cloud your judgment. They're confusing you, and overall, they are a toxic individual. You know, it's not going to be anything beneficial to you. I don't see the two of you getting back together. The Queen of Swords in the middle, that would be you, Aquarius, male or female, absolutely doesn't matter. The Devil on the bottom of the deck, it could be a Capricorn you're dealing with. The Devil is the personal Capricorn card, or that's the way that you see this person. Somebody who is tempting, yes, you'll give them that, somebody who is tempting, right? But at the same time, somebody who is toxic, right? And that toxicity could be interpreted in so many different ways. It all depends on your personal situation. You will give it a thought. To be honest with you, I don't really see any offers coming from them. We just have a situation. I do see you thinking about it with the Two of Wands and the Hangman, the two cards on the left. This is you thinking about it. So you'll definitely consider, right? But no. We have Death to the right from the Queen of Swords, clarified by the Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords. Death is the personal Scorpio card. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. But Death is most likely you're putting it to rest. You're saying no. The Seven of Cups, clarifying Death, is also a card of you trying to figure out what you want to do here. But at the same time, the Seven of Cups is a card of a confusion, right? And you may think that this person is like deliberately trying to lure you back in by clouding your judgment, and perhaps you will sense it and you will shut it down immediately. The Two of Swords, clarifying the Seven of Cups and Death, I think in this case this is you just shutting it down and saying no, right? Especially if you start sensing the same BS from that person. If they were a master of BS in the past, you will see that they're still the same person. And therefore, you're sending them back to the past where they belong. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Aquarius, in May. We have the Four of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we also have the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fellow air sign, Gemini, Libra, or another Aquarius, or an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. The first card that came out is the Four of Cups. So I don't think we should be paying attention to the zodiac signs because I see two different offers. Or if you're dealing with one company, alright, so here's how it can play out. If you're dealing with just one company, they may lowball you. And if you tell them no, they will go back to the drawing board and they will offer you more money, right? For others of you, perhaps a company rejected you in the past and they chose another person, but that person turned out to be nothing, and they're going to come back to you and offer you that position again, right? For others of you, you may have two different offers on the table from two different companies, from two different individuals, and you'll be turning one of them down and instead moving forward with another offer. Alright, so you're definitely moving forward here. It all depends on your situation. The Ace of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles, that's the offer you're moving forward with. Doesn't matter if you're dealing with two different entities, two different companies, or one. Right? The Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles is a very decent chunk of change. It's good. The offer is legit. If you're dealing with one company, when they do come back with the counter offer, if you reject them, then you know they will mean business. Or if somebody lowballs you, right, you may ask for more money. Or if somebody rejects you but then come back, you will be in a very strong position. Ask for more money. That's what I'm trying to say. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being compensated for what you do. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I think you can definitely ask for more money. no matter what the situation is, and they will give it to you. If they don't give you the money, then you may ask for like a bonus at the end of the year. Make sure it's on paper. You may also ask for more company shares, right? Something like that. They will definitely throw in something. All right? Cool. Here's the advice or word of wisdom for you, Aquarius, for the whole month of May. We have the Eight of Wands, we have the Three of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Swords and Death. We have the Nine of Pentacles, clarified by the Four of Cups, and we also have the Star on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. This kind of reminds me of the X spread I did for you a few minutes ago. But in general, I think the advice for you is don't bother with anybody from the past. That's what I see here. It could be that same person we saw in the X spread or anybody, because we will have Mercury in retrograde, right, for the most part of month, for the starting on the 10th, but we start feeling Mercury retrograde a few days prior. So yeah, you may have exes lining up outside your door. But I think you should just move on. Don't bother with the exes. Don't bother with the past. That's the general message I see here, especially if somebody who made you cry, somebody who betrayed you, stabbed you in the back, cheated on you. If that is somebody who is coming back from the past, definitely send them back to the past. All right? I'm not going to waste your time interpreting the spread. That's what you'll just have to take my word for it. If you already know tarot card interpretations, then you will see it here. Right? Just say no to the past. Right? The Star on the bottom of the deck, that is your personal card, Aquarius. That's you. And I believe the Nine of Pentacles right next to the deck, that's also you. Alright, so I started interpreting it a little bit, right? The Four of Cups clarifying the Nine of Pentacles is a card of a rejection. And you're rejecting everything that we see prior to the Nine of Pentacles. And trust me, nothing good is there for you. And I believe all that is from the past. Alright, so yeah. Past should remain in the past. Alright, so that's what I got for you, Aquarius, for this reading. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Aquarius, have an amazing May. And there you have it. This was your tarot reading for this time period. I hope it resonated with you and helps you live a better life one way or the other. Thank you for watching, sharing, and subscribing.